All right, so AI, it's like the buzzword of the century, right? Like it's everywhere you turn, everyone's talking about it, how it's going to change the world and everything.
Yep.
And, it's easy to get caught up in all the hype. But today we're doing a deep dive into AI literacy.
Okay.
And we're going to be using this Forbes article called How to Make Yourself AI Literate as our guide.
Yeah, it's a really great resource,
Yeah.
cuts through all the technical stuff and really gives you like the practical knowledge,
Yeah.
just to help you understand like how AI can actually impact your life no matter what you do.
So it's not just for like the tech geniuses and the coders out there.
Oh, absolutely not. This is
Mm-hmm.
like AI is changing everything. It's across the board. Think about healthcare,
Right.
finance, even the arts. They're all being transformed by AI.
Mm-hmm.
So this deep dive is about giving you the tools to kind of like, navigate those changes and see the opportunities,
Yeah.
not just the challenges.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So where do we even like begin with this whole AI literacy thing? Is it back to school for all of us?
Well, that's the thing. You don't actually need a fancy degree to become AI literate.
Okay.
The article actually highlights a bunch of free resources that break down these complex AI concepts into like these bite-sized pieces. So like Khan Academy, for example,
Oh, yeah.
has some fantastic introductory courses.
Khan Academy, I remember using that back in the day for like math help.
Yeah.
It's like the comfort food of online learning. Who knew they were AI experts now?
They've really expanded their offerings. And,
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking for something a little more in-depth,
All right.
Coursera has a course called AI for Everyone,
Mm.
and it's taught by Andrew Ng. He's a leading AI expert, and you actually get a certificate at the end,
Mm.
which, could be a nice addition to your resume.
Okay. Yeah, a certificate from Coursera definitely sounds a little bit more impressive than my middle school algebra notes.
Yeah.
But what about for those of us who learn best by like actually doing things?
Right.
Are there like any hands-on AI experiences out there?
Yeah, there are tons. And the best part is a lot of them are completely free. Have you ever played around with a chatbot?
Oh, yeah, of course. ChatGPT is like my new best friend.
Okay.
It helps me write emails, come up with content ideas, even settle debates about like the best pizza toppings.
Exactly. That's a great example of how AI is really, becoming integrated into our everyday lives.
Yeah.
Chatbots are just the tip of the iceberg, though. This Forbes article actually lists a whole bunch of other free AI tools that can help you with everything from data entry to creating social media posts.
Wait, hold on. AI can like help me with my never-ending to-do list. That sounds almost too good to be true.
It's becoming a reality. Like a lot of businesses are already using AI to automate tasks and streamline their workflows.
Yeah.
So imagine like having an AI assistant that takes care of all those like repetitive tasks, and then it frees you up to focus on the more strategic and creative work.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This is way more exciting than I thought it would be. But it also sounds a little bit intimidating. How do I even know where to begin with like all these tools and resources out there?
Yeah, well, I think the key is to start small. Focus on your interests and goals. So think about like one area of your life or work
Mm-hmm.
where AI could really make a difference. Maybe you want to learn how to analyze data more effectively, or maybe you're curious about using AI to generate like creative content.
Yeah.
And once you've identified that area of interest, you can start exploring the tools and resources that are relevant to you.
So instead of feeling overwhelmed by like all of the options, we should just treat it like a buffet. Sample a few things and see what we like best.
Exactly. And remember, there's no pressure to become like an AI expert overnight.
Right.
It's a journey. And the more you learn and experiment, the more confident you'll become.
All right, I'm starting to feel a lot more excited about this whole AI thing, but there's still one thing I'm wondering about. How does all of this impact our careers? Is AI really coming for our jobs?
That's the question that's on everyone's mind, and it's a valid concern, but here's the thing. The article actually kind of flips the script on this whole robots are taking over narrative.
Okay.
It argues that AI, when used strategically, can actually make us more valuable in our roles.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so think about it this way. The world is changing super rapidly, and industries are constantly evolving. The skills that were in demand like 5 years ago might be obsolete today.
Right.
But the good news is AI can help us keep up with those changes.
Okay.
So by learning how to use these AI tools and incorporating them into our workflows, we can become more adaptable, more efficient, and ultimately more valuable to employers.
So instead of viewing AI as a threat, we should see it as like an opportunity to level up our skills and future-proof our careers.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a much more empowering way to think about it.
It's about embracing the change and seeing AI as a partner, not a competitor.
I like that.
And you know what? This article actually goes into some specific examples of how this is playing out in different industries.
Yeah. Okay, you've definitely piqued my curiosity. Let's hear about those examples. I'm ready to go deeper into this whole AI and jobs thing.
All right. So let's take the marketing world, for example.
Okay.
The article talks about how AI tools are changing the game for marketers, but not in the way you might think.
Okay. I'm all ears. Most people think of AI as like replacing jobs, not making them better. So how is AI actually helping marketers?
Well, imagine you're a marketer who's like constantly creating content for social media.
Right.
It's a lot to keep up with, right? So AI can step in and like analyze trends, suggest relevant topics, even help you write engaging captions and like schedule posts for the optimal times.
So instead of replacing the human marketer, AI becomes like this super-powered assistant.
Exactly. It takes care of all those tedious tasks,
Yeah.
freeing you up to focus on the big picture strategy, the creative brainstorming, building genuine connections with your audience.
Yeah.
So you're not losing your job. You're actually gaining valuable time and resources.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like having an extra set of hands, but these hands are powered by algorithms and data.
Right. And it goes way beyond marketing.
Oh, okay.
Let's jump over to the finance world.
All right.
Imagine you're an analyst drowning in spreadsheets, trying to make sense of mountains of data.
Been there.
So AI can actually analyze that data in a fraction of the time,
Wow.
identifying patterns and trends that would take a human hours, maybe even days, to uncover.
So instead of being like bogged down by the numbers, you can use AI to get to the good stuff faster, like the actionable insights that actually drive
No,
decisions.
exactly. It's about using AI to augment your skills, not replace them. It's
Right.
like having a superpowered calculator
Yeah.
that can help you see the bigger picture and make smarter choices.
Okay, this is really shifting my perspective. It's not about humans versus robots.
Right.
It's about humans with robots working together to achieve more than we ever could alone.
Now you're getting it. And this article even mentions a really interesting example, healthcare. Imagine doctors being able to use AI to analyze medical images,
Uh-huh.
to detect diseases earlier and more accurately.
Wow, that's incredible. AI could literally be saving lives in that scenario.
Yeah, and it's not just about diagnosis. AI can also personalize treatment plans,
Okay.
monitor patients remotely, even assist with surgery. It's like having this team of expert consultants working alongside healthcare professionals.
Okay, I'm officially on board with the idea that AI can make our jobs better, not obsolete.
Good.
But let's be real, there are still people who are feeling anxious about all of this. What would you say to them?
I understand the anxiety. Change can be unsettling, especially when it involves something as powerful and complex as AI.
Yeah.
But the key is to approach it with curiosity, not fear.
So instead of hiding from the robots, we should be learning their language.
Exactly. The more we understand AI, the more we can see its potential, not just its risks. And remember,
Yeah.
we actually have the power to shape how AI is developed and used.
That's a really good point. We're not just passive bystanders in this AI revolution. We have a voice and a role to play in shaping its future.
And that's what AI literacy is all about, empowering ourselves with the knowledge and skills to navigate this new landscape and ensure that AI is used ethically and for the benefit of all.
Okay, I'm feeling a lot more optimistic about the future now, but I think it's also important to acknowledge that there are real challenges that come with AI.
Absolutely. AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Right.
We need to be aware of the potential risks and work together to mitigate them.
So it's not just about learning the technical stuff, it's about having those important conversations about ethics, about bias, about the impact of AI on society as a whole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AI literacy is about being informed, engaged, and proactive in shaping the future we want to see. And you know what? This article actually offers some really practical advice on how to do just that.
Oh, I'm all about practical advice. What
Sure.
does it suggest?
Well, one of the most important things you can do is stay informed about the latest developments in AI. The article really emphasizes the importance of, like, reading articles, listening to podcasts, and following experts in the field.
Okay, that's totally doable. We're already doing that by listening to this deep dive. What else does it suggest? Okay, so keeping up with the AI news, it's a great starting point. It's like subscribing to the AI newsletter for the future.
Right.
What other practical tips does the article offer for like shaping this positive AI future?
What really encourages people to, like, experiment with AI tools themselves.
Okay.
The more familiar we are with these technologies,
Yeah.
the better equipped we'll be to really understand their capabilities and limitations.
So it's not just about reading about AI, it's about like actually getting our hands dirty and playing around with it.
Exactly. Think of it like learning a new language.
Mhm.
You wouldn't just read a textbook. You'd actually try speaking the language, make mistakes, and gradually become more fluent.
Yeah.
It's the same with AI.
That's a great analogy. So we should be like downloading those free AI apps,
Yeah.
taking those online courses, becoming active participants in this AI revolution.
Exactly. And, as you become more comfortable with AI,
Yeah.
the article suggests sharing your knowledge with others.
Okay.
Like, talk to your friends, family, colleagues about what you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Help them understand the potential of AI and dispel some of those like myths and fears
Yeah.
surrounding it.
So we can all be like AI ambassadors, spreading the word and building a more AI literate society.
Exactly.
Oh,
The more people who understand AI,
yeah.
the better equipped we'll be to navigate the challenges and harness its huge potential.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We've gone from feeling a bit intimidated by AI to feeling empowered and excited about its possibilities.
It's the beauty of knowledge, and
Oh,
that's what we're all about here on the Deep Dive.
absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI literacy, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Remember, AI, it's not some like distant future scenario. It's happening right now. The choices that we make today will shape the future of AI and ultimately the future of our world.
So, dear listener, the question is, what role will you play in this AI revolution? Will you be a passive observer or an active participant?
Will you ride the wave or get swept away by it?
The choice is yours. But one thing is for sure, the future belongs to those who are AI literate.
So stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the incredible world of AI. And hey, maybe keep that red stapler handy just in case. You never know when you might need a little analog inspiration in this increasingly digital world.